Hello guys, this is Yara here. Welcome to my Tier 0 Zoodiac Tri-Brigade deck profile. In this video, I'll be showcasing the card by card and explaining why I'm choosing to run those cards in the deck. And I'm also going to be showcasing gameplay at the end of the card by card rundown. Okay, so if you want to see a gameplay of me playing this exact same deck profile, just stick around throughout the whole video. But yeah, let's get started with the card by card rundown. So before we get started, I just want to say that I think this is the best deck in Master Duel. That's just not my opinion. If you look at the top standings of all the most used and highest win rate decks right now on Master Duel and high rated like Plat 1, it would be Zoodiac Tri-Brigade. I mean, this deck is insane. The amount of going second cards that you can run on this deck is absolutely insane. Like no other deck can run as many going second cards as this. So this deck is good at going first and amazing at going second. So it doesn't matter if you lose the die roll, you're still gonna be in a great position. So that's just some of the strengths of this deck. And this deck honestly has like no weaknesses in my opinion. Like there's not a single hand trap that hurts this deck a lot. I mean, Lancia is one that can like kind of like slow it down, but with stuff like Trident, it's not even a problem. So yeah, so let's get started. So I am choosing to run the Gamma package because it's very good with cards like Kit, Nerval, and Kara. So you have a lot of chances to bait out on a gate. So if your opponent has something like an Appaloosa on the field, you can go ahead and activate Kara's in hand, pitching one. And if they choose to negate it with Appaloosa, you can just go ahead and chain Gamma to the Appaloosa, and Appaloosa won't be able to negate it, so you can just kill the Appaloosa and then you can just combo off from there. So and then we're playing the one DD Crow. You might be asking, why are you only playing one DD Crow? It's because it's searchable. You can search it with your Omen, so when this gets sent to the graveyard, you can search out DD Crow, so in case you need it against certain matchups, like you're playing against Drytron, you can just DD Crow at the Ben 10. So little thing to keep in mind. One effect Baylor, you can choose to run more of this if you want to, but I think just one is good enough. We're already running multiple going second cards. So we're playing 3 Nerval because this is the searcher of the deck. This can search you any of your Tri-Brigade monsters when it gets sent to the graveyard. You can normal summon this and then go into the Almirage, and then this will get a search. And then if you have something like Kara's in hand, you can pitch out whatever you searched. So some cool tricks right here. We're playing Master Duel, so we have to be maxing out on Max C. This is the best hand trap in all of Master Duel and all of Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion. This hand trap is insane. So yeah, you're gonna want to max out on this. We're playing the Gamma along with the driver because it's semi-limited for a reason. I've always been a huge fan of Gamma. This card can turn games around on its own. So playing double Keras in case we banish one of them with our desires. We are running desires, so yeah, you can choose to run 3, but not I wouldn't recommend it. This is like, out of all the Tri-Brigades, this is probably like the least useful one. This is just an extender, so in case they like interrupt your normal summon, you can then go into Kara. So we're playing Kid. This is the foolish burial of the deck. When it gets sent to the graveyard, you can send whatever other Tri-Brigade monster you want. So you're gonna want to send the Nerval from the Kid effect and then activate Nerval effect search. So Ash Blossom, we have to max out on this. Why? Because we're playing Master Duel again. So yeah, so Master Duel, Max C is everywhere. So Ash Blossom is one of those cards that can stop Max C. So we're gonna be playing Ash Blossom. Then we're playing 3 Zoodiac names. You can search this. This is searchable. I wouldn't recommend running more of this. These cards are amazing going second. So this can go into Zeus like way easier than Virtual World, because on Virtual World you have to resolve another effect either by activating emergency teleport to summon another monster or activating one of your virtual monsters in hand. But on this deck, all you have to do is normal summon or special summon one of your Zoodiac names, and then that's all you can. Then you can attack directly with Borbo. So, but yeah, we're running the Whiptail, we're running the Thoroughblade, and then we're running the Ram. You're gonna want to search Ram if you're going first because he has the highest defense. So your Trident will have 2000 defense if he has this as material. So if you're going first and you're planning to set up something like a Trident, then search the Ram. So They're playing 3 Fractal. In my opinion, this is the best Zoodiac name because it has multiple uses. It can activate the effect that all Tri-Brigade monsters have, where you can banish monsters from the graveyard to special summon a link monster whose rating is equal to the amount of monsters that you banish. So, but not just that, it can send itself either from field or hand. So to send another Tri-Brigade monster from deck. So you want to send this, then send Kid, then Nerval, and Nerval will search you whatever else you want. So that's kind of how you're able to get a lot of Tri-Brigade monsters on the graveyard, so then you can banish them as cost with your other Tri-Brigade monster effects. So they're playing Nibiru. Nibiru is a game changer. So we have a lot of draws in this deck. We're running Pot of Desires, and then we can also draw off of the Blossom. So we have a lot of chances to draw into a Nibiru, and Nibiru is good against Drytron, Virtual World, Tri-Brigade, so many decks. So we want to be running Nibiru. We're playing Pot of Desires because this is a +1. If you don't play the CCG, this card is currently limited because it's basically the same thing as Pot of Greed, right? And this deck, you almost don't care about what you banish, so Pot of Desires will always be free. So you're gonna want to max out on Pot of Desires. We're playing Tenki. Likewise, this if you're playing on the in-person Yu-Gi-Oh, this is currently limited because you can search so many cards. You can search out Fractal, you can search out any of your Zoodiac names. So this card is insane. So we're gonna max out on this because on Master Duel, thankfully we can run this at 3 droplet because it's one of the only one of the only cards that can stop the Herald of Ultimateness, because if you send a monster with this, then they cannot respond with monster effects. So this can out some of the scariest boards. You can also stop something like a True King of All Calamities. So I think droplet is kind of mandatory in Master Duel. So we're playing 2 Infinite Permanences. Good at going first or second because when you go first, you can set it down. So, and then playing 2 Revolt in case we banish one of them with our Desires. We still have another one. We didn't want to max out on this because you almost don't want to open it, and you can always just search it with your Bear Broom. So and I would run one if I wasn't running Desires, but since we're running Desires, we gotta be running the second one. So we have 40 decks on the main deck for maximum consistency. But yeah, now we're gonna go to the extra deck. We're playing the Zoodiac package, the Tiger Mortar, Trident. This card is currently banned in the in-life Yu-Gi-Oh! In-person Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's free pop 1. You just normal summon any of your Zoodiac names, and then you can just go into the Trident and then pop a card, a face-up card, quick effects. That's pretty good. So usually when you go first, you want to end up on something like an Appaloosa and a Trident. So not many decks can play through that. So we're playing Borbo. This is one of the MVPs alongside Trident. These two are the most ban-worthy Zoodiac names. With this one can attack directly, so that means that you can get access to Zoos pretty easily. And this one's a free pop 1, so Borbo is so good, especially going second. You normal summon, go into Borbo, attack directly, overlay 2 more, and then you go into Zeus, and now you have 2 cents with your Zeus. So then we're playing the Chakanine and the Zeus, right? You can easily set up 2 Zeus wipes. Sometimes you can even set up 3 Zeus wipes, just depending how if you feel like your opponent doesn't have a Nibiru in hand, then you can like go into the 3rd wipe if you want to by putting in more materials. So, and then putting in your Whiptail underneath the Zeus. So now we have the Almirage. Almirage is pretty good because a lot of the times we break by having only Kit. So we can either like normal summon Kit or Nerval, and then we can go into Almirage, and then we can trigger their effects when they get sent to the graveyard. So Almirage, as much as I would like to cut it, it's pretty good in this deck because it helps you in your bricky hands. So double Dragon Lords, this is a free send one. Sometimes you can send something like a Tenki from the field, which that makes it like a free bounce. Then we have the one Blossom. I wish I could run the second one, but we have like no room in the extra deck. So, but one is good enough. A lot of times you're gonna be able to special summon something like a Zoodiac from hand, or something like a Fractal, or one of your Tri-Brigade names with this. And the draw one is actually very good because it can fix your hand. Sometimes you have some stuff like Driver in hand and you want to put it back to the deck because it doesn't help you at all in your hand, and then you draw into something like an Ash Blossom or something. So this one can help you fix your hand. So then we're playing the Bear Broom. Bear Broom can help you search the Revolt. Also, you can special summon one from the banished pile, so depending on what you need. Only keep in mind that if you use the effect to search the Revolt, you are locked into Tri-Brigade monsters for the remainder of the turn. So for the rest of the turns, you can special summon for the rest of the turns except Tri-Brigade monsters. So just keep that in mind. If you use the effect to add the Revolt, you're locked into only being able to special summon Tri-Brigade monsters for the remainder of that turn. So you're gonna want to keep that in mind. We're playing the Doom Eagle. This one is very good. It's like a DD Crow. You can target one of your opponent's monsters in the graveyard and shuffle it. So and then this, like if you have something like any of your Tri-Brigade monsters, you banish 3, special summon out Doom Eagle from the extra deck. So and then you link the Doom Eagle and the Tri-Brigade monster that you have on the field, and you go into access code, and now access code is able to gain 3,000 attacks, so it becomes 5,300. So Doom Eagle is very good in that regard. So we're playing the Rugal. Rugal is pretty good because it can give you follow-up during your opponent's main phase. You can special summon a level 4 Wing Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from your hand or graveyard, and then it returns to your hand at the end of your opponent's turn. So that is very good. It can give you follow-up. So then we're playing the Appaloosa because going first, our goal is gonna be to set up Appaloosa plus a Trident. So that's able to give us a pop and multiple negates, and if we can add a Revolt on top of that, it becomes an almost unbreakable board. Going second, Access Code Talker is the MVP of the game, so you're gonna want to put that in your extra deck. This can help you out so many troublesome boards. You can even out stuff like Skill Drain. A lot of people don't know this, but a cool trick is that if Skill Drain is out on the field, you can go into Access Code, banish itself as cost, banishes itself, and then you pop the Skill Drain. So a little cool trick that you want to do. And then we're playing 2 Omens. Sometimes we want to go with 1 Omen on our turn. We send it to the graveyard to make something like a Blossom, and then we can activate the Omen effect that's able to add us a Wing Beast, Beast Warrior, or Beast from our deck. So sometimes you can search stuff like DD Crow, or you can search one of the Zoodiac names, or you can search something like a Fractal, whatever you want. So that's why we run in 2, 1 for our turn and 1 for the opponent's turn when we summon it from Revolt. So yeah, and now I'm gonna be showcasing the gameplay of this, so let's go. Alright then guys, so it's gonna be the little replay that I have of the Zoodiac Tri-Brigade deck profile that I just made. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is in ranked. So alright then, so let's get started. So I start off with Keras, pitching out Kid. That's one of the best combos in this deck because you don't commit to your normal summon. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate Kid effect to dump Nerval. Nerval is gonna go ahead and search me a copy of Fractal from the deck. I'm gonna activate Fractal effect, pitching out another copy of Kid. I just wanted to have 4 Tri-Brigade monsters in graveyard, so I'm able to activate the Keras effect right here. So I'll activate Keras effect, banishing out 4 as costs to special summon out the Omen from the extra deck. And I'm doing this so then I can go into the Blossom. And now I'm able to trigger the Omen effect to search a level 4 or lower. I'm gonna be able to search out the Ram because I want to set up Trident. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Blossom effect to special summon out the Ram from my hand, and I still haven't even committed my normal summon yet. So now I'm gonna go ahead and overlay that into the Tiger Mortar, and then I'm gonna go into Trident right here. So now my Trident is gonna be in defense position, so it's protected from stuff like Lightning Storm, and it has 2000 defense, so it's gonna be kind of hard to run over. So now I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon out Nerval. Nerval is gonna go ahead and banish out 2, so I'm gonna special summon out the Bear Broom from the extra deck, and I want to special summon out Bear Broom at some point in my combo so that I'm able to search out the Revolt from my deck, so I can set up another layer of interruption. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use the Blossom, Bear Broom, and the Nerval to go into the Appaloosa, and this Appaloosa is gonna have 2400 attack, which means I'm able to have 3 monster negates. So right now I am Nibiru proof, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate Chainlink 1 Bear Broom, Chainlink 2 Blossom. So right here I'm gonna go ahead and draw into driver. I'm gonna put that back because I don't want that in my hand. I'm gonna put that back driver, and I'm gonna go ahead and search a copy of Revolt, and I'm gonna go ahead and put one of my ashes back. So this is my end board right here. I have 3 negates from the Appaloosa. I have a quick effect pop from my Trident, and I also have a follow-up plus a non-targeting banish with the Revolt, because once Omen gets summoned out, I'm able to non-target banish 1 card from my opponent's field, or from the field, and then once in that same sequence, Nerval is going to be sent to the graveyard, so that's going to be able to search me follow-up, so one of the Tri-Brigade monsters. So my opponent is just going to pass because yeah, my opponent just passes because he realizes that if he does anything, I'm just gonna flip over the Revolt, and then that's gonna be the end of his turn. So he chooses to pass, thinking that I'm not gonna be able to OTK him the following turn, but he's wrong. So now I'm gonna go ahead and draw a phase. I'm gonna draw into a Maxi. So now I'm gonna go ahead and flip the Revolt during my main phase. He's gonna go ahead and chain the Maxi, but luckily I have the Ash Blossom to counter the Maxi. That's why I'm telling you guys, Maxi and Ash Blossom have to be run at 3. Both of them have to be run at 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and chain my Ash to the Maxi, so I don't want him to draw into stuff like Nibiru or anything like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and summon out the Blossom, Nerval. I'm able to summon out Blossom because this was properly summoned. All of the monsters that are summoned with your Tri-Brigade monsters effects cannot be summoned off of Revolt or Monster Reborn or anything like that because they were not properly summoned. That means that they were summoned by effect and not by link summoning the proper way. But since I link summoned this copy of Blossom correctly, then I'm able to summon it with the Revolt. That's one of the things you want to keep in mind when playing this deck. So I'm gonna summon out Kit and the Keras, and now I'm gonna link all those 4 into the Omen. I'm gonna go ahead and get those effects. I'm gonna get the Nerval effect to search Fractal, normal summon out Fractal, Fractal effect to banish out 3 to go into the Doom Eagle, and the writing is on the wall, and my opponent is gonna be losing here shortly. So I'm gonna attack him with the Appaloosa, with the Fractal, with the Doom Eagle, and lastly with my Omen. So yeah, that is the power of Zoodiac Tri-Brigade. I mean, this deck is absolutely insane. And also, if you want a written form of this deck list, like if you want to like see it, like the written form, I'm gonna have it on my Discord under the YouTube deck lists channel. So you're gonna want to join my Discord. It's gonna be in the description below. But as always, guys, thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care.